Hello everyone, welcome back to Swine Siksha. Well, we're going to continue today with the defense technology that we have. Okay, so now let's see the first one, which is Rudram 1. Well, as we know, it's an air to surface missile which is developed by DRDO. Okay, so this successful test has been done with the new generation anti radiation missile, which is also called as Rudram, at an integrated test range in Balasore, Odisha. So remember these places and the type of it. Okay, now Rudram 1 is the first indigenous anti-radiation missile of the country, right? And this was integrated with Su-30 MKI aircraft, where it has a probability of various range-based launch conditions. Okay, and it can be launched from other fighter jets too as well, and it can have an launched altitudes of 500 meters to 15 kilometers and speed of 0.62 to Mach. Well, let's talk about the functionality or such. So once the missile was locked on the target, okay, it is capable of striking accurately even if the radiation source switches off in between as well. Okay, so but the target would never miss. And not only that, this Rudram has been developed for the Indian Air Force. So Indian Air Force requirement to enhance its suppression to enemy air defense. So to suppress enemy air defense, which is feared, combative capability. So that's how we developed this indigenous missile. Right. Okay. So because the modern warfare is actually more and more network centric, so that actually makes us elaborate the detection, surveillance, and communication systems which are integrated with the weapon system. So that's why we need to increase our capability, in the air warfare. So that's why we introduced this, a new generation kind of an anti-radiation missile. Okay, so this was successfully launched from Odisha. So that's about Rudram 1. Okay, now let's see the next one. Now the Nag missile. Well, this is actually the final trial for this third generation of anti-tank guided missile. Okay, so yes, anti-tank guided missile, where it was successfully tested in Pokhran range in Thar district, Rajasthan. Okay, it was successfully tested in Rajasthan, and this has been developed to strike and neutralize enemy tanks, and it does have a night strike capabilities, okay, with a range of 500 meters with a maximum range of 4 kilometers. Well, this is actually a third generation fire and forget category 1. So you just lock the target and forget that you've launched it, because it will directly go and hit the target. Okay, so this uses infrared seeker, so before launching the target. Okay, and this has a capability to defeat main battle tanks with respective or reactive armor. Right. So this Nag missile carrier is actually a Russian origin one, which was ambitious capability. And not only that, in the top attack mode, okay, in the top attack mode, the missile is required to climb sharply, okay, after the launch and travel at a certain altitude. So it will travel at a certain altitude and then plunge on the top of the target. So it will plunge on top of the target, right? So in the direct mode, it will straight away go to, directly strike the target. So yes, that's how it was designed and all. And as you could see, the BMP-2 based uh, system, where it is actually mechanized an infantry fighting vehicle. Okay, it was an infantry fighting vehicle, right? So yes, and not only that, the version of Nag, ATGM, which is in the form of, which was actually in the final stages, which is another one, which is an helicopter launched version. Okay, so called Helena. So the helicopter launched based one. So this was an anti-tank, which is a land based one. So whereas we have another version, which is an helicopter based one. so which was called Helena. This was undergone successful tests in 2018 as from such. So now it was also in the final trials. Okay, so why we need this Nag missile means, this missile, that Indian army will no longer have to import, right, this weapon from either Israel. So we usually import these from Israel or USA. Okay, now we don't have to import them, you know, and that too with a range of 4 kilometers, right? So this was actually take up in the consideration of that recent standoff between China and India in the borders, right? So that's why we've actually implemented and the final test has been successfully conducted. So yes, this is about the Nag missile. Well, now let's talk about the other one. So the next one was INS Kavarati. So this INS Kavarati was being formally induced into the Indian Navy. Okay, at the naval dockyard in the Eastern Naval Command of Vishakhapatnam. So this was finally formally inducted into the Indian Navy. So this name was actually taken after the Lakshadweep group of islands, which is the capital of Lakshadweep, which is Kavarati, and it is one of the four indigenous built anti-submarine warfares. Okay, which was with stealth uh, uh, corvettes, which was built under Project 28. Okay, so by the Kolkata people. So yes, under Project 28, this was the last four indigenous anti-submarine warfares which were, you know, actually taken up. And this ship, as we could see, is one of the most potent, ASW stealth corvettes, right? And not only that, the other three, which of the similar ones, which were joins with the same class, was INS Kamorta and IMS Kadmat and IMS Kilton, where they were in the Eastern Naval Command. So these three, along with these three, so this was also again an addition to that, right? And as you could see, it increased, the stealth mode and reduce radar cross sections, and it can optimally slot surfaces. Okay, so this INS, Avarti and INS Kilton was actually the first two major war ships, warships in the country to have the unique features of the superstructure. Okay, they have unique feature called superstructure made of carbon fiber, right? A carbon fiber, which is a composite material. So these two were actually made up of carbon fibers. Okay, and this was actually a state of the art equipment and the systems which to fight in nuclear, biological, and chemical warfare conditions as well, right? So that's why it was very, very important. And not only that, this it does have a major equipment or systems present in it, like combat management system. Okay, and torpedo tube launchers with infrared ray signature suppression system, right? So these are the major things which were included in this INS Kavarti. And not only that, this ship is actually a reincarnation of the, you know, Arnala class missile corvette, which was with having the same name, like P80, INS Karavati P80. So, which is a major ship which was actually played an important role in the liberation of Bangladesh in 1971. So that's why it is also another incarnation which was taken up with this name as well. Okay, so now that is about the INS, Karavati, and let's talk about the next one, which is BrahMos. So this BrahMos is actually a land attacked version. Okay, and this was actually successfully test fired in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So this was actually successfully launched in there, right? And this range missile was actually having 400 kilometers. Okay, with original, originally they used to have 290 kilometers, but now they has been extended till 400 kilometers, and with the speed of 2.8 Mach, like almost 3. Okay, and this was the test was done in a top attack, right? So the as we know, the top attack is nothing but we could launch it and it will go directly hit on the target on the altitude version with the help of like which is on the top of the target, right? And these tests were actually displays India's tactical cruise missile, like where earlier we've seen in the last video that we have land, sea, and air platforms where we could capably use these kind of missiles. So yes, this is also have that, right? And right now, the most modern missiles, including this BrahMos as well, can be fired in both the top attack and the direct attack modes. But as of in the test, we done the top attack, right? So, after this, the India has already deployed a sizable number of original BrahMos missiles, okay, and other key assets in several strategical locations because of the LIC standoff, right? And this test actually marks the achievement, which is a critical milestone, as I must say, in enhancing India's capability of engaging enemies vitally important targets in the depth areas. Okay, so this was actually a greatest achievement, right? Where we have, so yes, that is about the BrahMos land based or land attack version. Okay, so these are all the important ones that I wanted to discuss. So there are still more there that we will discuss in the upcoming series. So yes, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell icon for notifications, and do check our website in the description box below for the courses that we are providing. Thank you.